6 minutes, get the guts and I'm gone.
What's up, everybody? This is Don Rob over at Don Rob Flixx, and you right now are tuned in to Take Podcast. Thank you for coming. Let's do this.
Feminism it's the biggest joke in the entire world.
You don't believe in climate change?
No, I think the climate always changes.
Everybody involved in this fake racial war is a loser.
I don't know why people like being oppressed. The weirdest thing I've ever heard. I love oppression. We're oppressed. 400 years of slavery, Jim Crow, which, by the way, none of you guys lived through. Your grandparents, and it's embarrassing.
Somebody actually sent it to me in a text, and I thought they were pranking me, but he's the only person that is in hip-hop or that has a public stage that is willing to think independently.
Minorities do not belong to the left. We belong to nobody but ourselves and God. Stop selling us our own oppression.
The fact that he has been held up as a martyr sickens me. George Floyd was not a good person.
People kept saying, Candace, you can't use the phrase Democrat plantation. And I was like, no, I want to call it a Democrat plantation. And the Democrats had the plantation because it was the Democrats that owned the slaves.
What about the entire COVID conspiracy theory? The idea that masks work. If black people are getting 1 month for the stuff that we live through in America, somebody's going to need to explain to me how it is that gay people and lesbian and trans people also got a month. I do not believe that Andrew Tate is a rapist. I don't. And today, I have been sued by the first lady man of brands. I wish the best to the Daily Wire. I wouldn't change a single thing. Me and Charlie were always singing in cars.
It's like murder, she rolled. Once I get you out.
You are about to watch an opinion-based podcast. This episode is not meant to be facts. It is only the opinion of the host. The host lists all references with links in the box below. Again, this is only the opinion of the host.
He's here. He's here. Broadcasting somewhere in Northern California.
In the bowel, right to the belly of the beast.
Inside his command post. Somewhere in the brick and steel of a nondescript building. We have made contact with him. Don Rob from Don Rob Flixx.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Appreciate you being here. If you're here on audio only, make sure you add me to your playlist. If you're here on YouTube, hopefully you've subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. If not, do it, please. And, maybe hit the notification button. It's up to you. But I appreciate you guys being here. I really do. Welcome back. Take a quick drink of water. Sorry about that. Did you get what I said? Okay. Just to fill in at the end. All right, cool. You got it? All right. It's like, you got all, sent 5 of them. All right, cool. Yep. But welcome back, you guys. I really appreciate you being here. This is episode 25. Did I say it right? Did I say episode or episode? Episode. I don't know. We have a different one for you this time. It's a different one today. Usually I jump around a lot. I show you all kinds of clips. I give you my take on many random things from news, politics, viral videos, and more and more and more. Today we're going to take, a deep dive into a very controversial, always going viral podcaster, author, mother, wife, granddaughter. She will be a grandmother, I'm sure. I think she got a daughter, but maybe not, But first we got to pay some bills, man, and keep the lights on over here, right? So we'll be right back. See you in 2.
Welcome to Taco Bell. We have the best tacos around. Come inside and see how it's done. Late night munchies is our thing. We only use the best ingredients for our customers. Come back in the kitchen and see for yourself. Our meat is delivered cooked in these bags, ready to go. We just pop it in the microwave and boom, fresh taco meat. This is the finished product. So hot and yummy. Our meat keeps people coming back for more daily. Just look at these tacos. Handcrafted excellence. A culinary delicacy. But wait, we have the best refried beans around. Our chefs know exactly how to make them so they satisfy all of your cravings. Who doesn't love some creamy nacho cheese? Of course it isn't real cheese, but who cares? The people sure don't. And don't forget to wash it all down with an ice-cold Baja Blast. Full of sugar and chemicals, it will leave a burn in the back of your throat that will leave you craving for another sip. Thanks for stopping by. We will see you soon.
Think outside the bun.
Welcome to Popeyes, y'all. I sure do hope you're hungry. We got some fresh food waiting. Come on in. Look at this right here. It don't get much better than this, y'all. I bet you be hungry after seeing this. I don't know why y'all be hating on our food so much. We make sure everything is done the right way. Ain't no cutting corners up in here. And we always got our food hot and ready. Ain't nobody care that it been sitting up here like this all day. Y'all tripping? This stuff is banging. Our food's so good, people be fighting for it, y'all. We dropped that chicken sandwich and they straight up lost their minds. These people be up in here every day, lying all the way out the door. I think they hooked on this stuff for real, y'all. It ain't just chicken, and it's a piece of us they're serving.
Fuck. I'm
Love
hungry.
that chicken from Popeyes.
Me too. I'm hungry. Sorry we had to pay the bills, you guys, but I'm back. We're back. And who's still here? Thank you. I appreciate for hanging out, man. It means a lot. It really does. But before we get back to this controversial podcaster, author, actor, mother, wife, granddaughter, and so on,
Let's get into this week's
real news, not that fake shit. That's right, we are the all new Based
news.
Orange Man bad.
You just heard this week's top
Based news.
Back to the controversial podcaster, author, actor, who might have just had her career-ending interview, maybe. I don't know.
But do you have any proof that the messages were made up? Because that would be easily proven.
Yeah, but they didn't put timestamps on them, and Discord came out and said they didn't exist.
This was supposedly text messages, not Discord messages. It's my understanding from the indictment.
I actually did not read that they were text messages.
The indictment calls them text messages.
Let's finish that part later. Let's take it back to the beginning. Her name is Candace.
Police brutality is a myth. Feminism it's the biggest joke in the entire world.
You don't believe in climate change?
No, I think the climate always changes.
She's downplayed the effects of white supremacy. Made fans with Donald Trump and Kanye. Yay. President Trump. And started a movement to get Black Americans out of the Democrat Party. But before all that, she actually ran an anti-conservative blog, believe it or not. Let's take a look at how Candace Owens has become the #1 podcaster on planet Earth, you guys, for now. First, we gotta pay the bills again, you guys, sorry.
Welcome to Panda Express, America's favorite Chinese food restaurant. I know you're hungry. What are you waiting for? We have the best orange chicken around, always hot and fresh, waiting for you to eat. Looks delicious, doesn't it? All of our food is hot and ready to go. Who cares if it's been sitting in these containers for hours? I know you don't. We only use the best chicken in our food. Our cooks are always working hard to bring you the best quality and flavors. Don't tell anyone, but I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. This is where we keep the real meat we use for our meals. Fresh, never frozen. You didn't really think this stuff was chicken, did you? I hope you enjoyed your visit. Don't tell anyone about our little secret, okay? I'll see you next time. Have you eaten yet?
Welcome back to Take. Back to the main topic at hand. Candace Owens was born in 1989, Stamford, Connecticut, where she was raised by her grandparents, along with her 3 siblings. At 17 years old, she made local headlines after receiving multiple racist death threats via voicemail from several of her classmates. Owens reported the threats to a teacher who alerted the school and the authorities.
I didn't go to the police. Like, my teacher went to the police. It turned into the zoo. These kids were labeled publicly racists, right? I'm not comfortable with ever labeling a 14-year-old racist, right? Or any of these kids racist.
Owens switched to homeschooling during her senior year of high school. Feeling a loss of control of her life, she had said she developed anorexia around this time.
After going through a unique situation and feeling that my whole life was out of control, I just manifested as an eating disorder. And I had it for 4 years, on and off.
With the help of the NAACP, she and her grandfather eventually sued the Stanford Board of Education for failing to properly address the threats. Owens went on to study journalism at the University of Rhode Island, but dropped out due to a student loan issue her junior year. After college, she interned at Vogue and worked at a private equity firm in New York City. In 2015, she founded a marketing agency called Degree 180.
What's up, everyone? My name is Candace Owens. I'm the CEO of Degree180.com, here answering your questions.
The agency had a blog where Owens and several other writers occasionally published anti-conservative content. One article even mocked Donald Trump's penis size. The site is no longer active. Here's one article written by Owens citing a full-scale investigation into the batshit crazy antics of the Republican Tea Party. In 2016, she launched a Kickstarter campaign for socialautopsy.com, a website where people could send in screenshots of offensive posts with the goal of exposing internet bullies.
We understand the harm that social media like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter has allowed for, which is essentially a dehumanization. How can we bring it back to if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all? Our answer was simple: through accountability. So what we do is we attach their words to their places of employment, and anybody in the entire world can search for them.
Critics of this site, however, said it would encourage doxing and retaliatory harassment, and warned that it would be easy for users to make and submit fake screenshots. After the Kickstarter went live, Owens was contacted by Zoe Quinn, the video game developer, who was at the center of Gamergate. If you need a refresher, Gamergate was a campaign against progressivism and feminism in video game culture. Zoe Quinn was Gamergate's first victim. In 2014, she faced an online harassment campaign after her ex-boyfriend publicly accused her, without evidence, of exchanging sex for a good review of her game. On the Rubin Report, Owen said that Quinn reached out to her and asked her to stop working on socialautopsy.com, warning Owens that she could be harassed by Gamergaters, just as she previously has.
And she says, you have to pull your project because people actually don't want to find out who harassed them.
Owens declined Quinn's request, and as Quinn had warned, people soon started posting Owens' private details online in protest of social autopsy. With little evidence, Owens blamed Quinn and the progressive side of Gamergate for the doxing she experienced.
I became a conservative overnight. I realized that liberals were actually the racists, that liberals were actually the trolls.
In September 2017, she created a YouTube channel called Red Pill Black. Her first video was a skit reenacting her coming out as a conservative.
Mom, Dad, I'm a lesbian. I like girls. We love you regardless. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, also, I think I might be a conservative.
Owens started regularly posting videos criticizing Democrats, feminists, and
Does Black Lives Matter want? I mean, to date, it seems like all they've really accomplished is burning down Black neighborhoods, pissing off police officers, and ruining future employment opportunities for Black kids that riot on their behalf and get arrested.
Her first viral YouTube video featured her commentary on the white supremacy rally held in Charlottesville, Virginia, in summer of 2017.
Approximately 93% of Black homicide victims are killed by other Black people. Nobody wants us dead more than we want ourselves dead. Everybody involved in this fake racial war is a loser.
The video caught the attention of many conservatives online, including InfoWars conspiracy theorist Alex Jones.
Candace, I know about your story, but this is riveting. I want to beg you to come on the full show sometime with Paul and I and share these stories. Paul, what a great guest.
In November 2017, Turning Point USA, a conservative student nonprofit that was at that time facing allegations of racial bias, hired Owens as its director of urban engagement. She was later promoted to communications director.
Creativity, purity, and honesty is honesty. Being clouded by these wrong thoughts. Reality is catching up with me. Chasing my inner child, fighting for custody.
If you aren't wealthy, white, and male, Charlie Kirk is not your friend. What do you think?
Are you not my friend anymore?
Are we not friends? Is
Is
that right?
Find out. This is how I'm going to find out. A sign outside of a thing, an event that we just did, that you're not my friend.
A video of her berating Black protesters at a Turning Point USA event went viral, catching the eye of then President Donald Trump.
I don't know why people like being oppressed. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I love oppression. We're oppressed. 400 years of slavery, Jim Crow, which, by the way, none of you guys lived through. Your grandparents did, and it's embarrassing.
You have a young lady who's been very much in the news in the last 3 or 4 days.
Candace Owens.
Because she's fantastic. She's like the hottest thing out there now.
Ye also gave Owens a shout out, sparking a relationship that lasts, even to this day.
Somebody actually sent it to me in a text, and I thought they were pranking me because he's the only person that is in hip-hop or that has a public stage that is willing to think independently.
In late 2018, Owens founded Flixx, a movement to get Black Americans out of the Democrat Party.
Minorities do not belong to the left. We belong to nobody but ourselves and God, okay?
In early 2019, she spoke at a conservative political action conference, aka CPAC, for the first time.
Stop selling us our own oppression. Stop taking away our self-confidence by telling us that we can't because of racism, because of slavery. I've never been a slave in this country. Stop telling us that we need to be obsessing over our past when we should be obsessing over our future and the potential that we have.
In April 2019, she attended a congressional hearing on white nationalism and clashed with Democrat Congressman Ted Lieu.
I'm gonna let her own words do the talking. So I'm gonna play for you the first 30 seconds of a statement she made about Adolf Hitler.
Whenever we say nationalism, the first thing people think about, at least in America, is Hitler. You know, he was a National Socialist, but if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. Problem is that he had dreams outside of Germany. He wanted to globalize.
He's trying to present as if I was launching a defense of Hitler in Germany, when in fact, the question that was asked of me was pertaining to whether or not I believed that whether or not I believed in nationalism, and that nationalism was bad.
Owens' comments about Hitler prompted several Turning Point USA chapters to call on her to resign, which she did in May of 2019, citing her need to focus on Flixx and writing her first book. In August 2019, Owens married George Farmer, who is now the CEO of conservative social media site Parler.
My husband's English, met in London, got engaged 2 weeks later, and then, got married about 8 months after that.
Owens attended another congressional hearing in September of 2019, during which she downplayed the effect of white supremacy in the U.S.
White supremacy and white nationalism ranks nowhere near the top of the issues that are facing Black America. The things that I said today that are actually harming Black America. Number 1, father absence. Number 2, the education system and the illiteracy rate. Illegal immigration ranks high, abortion ranks high, white supremacy and white nationalism, if I had to make a list again of 100 things, would not be on it. This hearing, in my opinion, is a farce.
In October of 2019, she was invited to speak at the Young Black Leadership Summit, which was held at the White House.
We want Trump. We want the victor narrative.
In June 2020, she faced intense backlash for a comment she made about George Floyd on Blaze TV.
The fact that he has been held up as a martyr sickens me. George Floyd was not a good person.
In September of 2020, she released her first book titled Blackout: How Black America Can Make Its Second Escape from the Democrat Plantation.
People kept saying, Candace, you can't use the phrase Democrat plantation. And I was like, no, I want to call it a Democrat plantation. When the Democrats had the plantations, because it was the Democrats that owned the slaves.
2021, just before Candace goes to work for Daily Wire, she gets involved in another public scandal. This time, it was with Kimberly Klacik.
Nothing on the website works, which is totally bizarre. It looks to me like it was just created late in the day to move some money off of the books. That's my conclusion. My feeling is that some money was laundered. That's a feeling. I cannot confirm that.
She also said Klacik was a madam for her husband's strip club, a drug dealer. Man, the list goes on. Klacik denied all accusations and sued Candace for $20 million for damage to her career. The lawsuit took place in Tennessee, but that state has one of the most strict free speech laws in the country. It's called the anti-slap law. It means you can't just sue someone for them saying something. Slap suits are a type of lawsuit that are costly and are meant to silence people and to prevent people from freedoms of speech, from the threat of baseless, expensive lawsuits that bankrupt people. Slap is usually used by powerful figures to submit and silence anyone without wealth or power. Candace won the case and was awarded over $100,000 for damages to cover legal fees. But let's circle back to that in a few minutes. Something tells me that Candace is a master chess player, checkmating anyone in her path. In March 2021, she started hosting Candace, a political talk show on Daily Wire, where she shares her takes on news and pop culture, often garnering backlash.
What about the entire COVID conspiracy theory? The idea that masks worked, which has now been debunked. If Black people are getting 1 month for the stuff that we live through in America, somebody's going to need to explain to me how it is that gay people and lesbian and trans people also got a month. I do not believe that Andrew Tate is a rapist. I don't. I think that that is what people like to accuse men of when they're trying.
Then this happened.
Daily Wire has parted ways or fired Candace Owens.
The Daily Wire severs ties with Candace Owens.
Candace Owens is fired.
Jeremy, the God King of the Daily Wire, announced that the Daily Wire and Candace Owens have parted ways.
Daily Wire and Candace Owens have ended their relationship.
Got to ask you about the recent departure of Candace Owens.
Justifying why he fired Candace.
Like, look what's going on with Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro. I want to know what she was fired for.
Consequences of this war has been a lot of very high passions on both sides, a lot of angry disagreements. You and your company have been at the center of a very high-profile one at the moment with Candace Owens, who's now left Daily Wire.
What happened, Benny boy?
Was she fired, or did she leave of her own volition?
I'm not going to speak to this topic, Piers.
At all?
At all.
You can't give me any insight into why she departed?
No hints, no nothing. I'm not going to speak to this.
Can I ask why?
Because Benny is an attorney, and Benny knows Candace will sue his ass.
Again, you can ask.
I'm only curious because I know what a staunch defender of free speech you are. And it would surprise me if it had been someone's opinions that would make you want to part company with.
Sure. Piers Morgan just slapped him
reported extensively
with those words.
That the reason for her departure was because her comments had been perceived by people at the Daily Wire as anti-Semitic.
Again, I'm not going to comment on this, Piers.
Okay. Rabbi Shmuley, would you comment on him? Because Jeremy has actually commented on Rabbi Shmuley. So I've avoided commenting publicly on Rabbi Shmuley because as far as I can tell, the man is an attention whore of the highest order. Is that the general position of the company on Mr. Shmuley?
I mean, that's my personal position for sure. Rabbi Shmuley happens to be a person with whom I agree on some matters related to, say, Middle East policy. And I also believe that his devotion to camera and notoriety have made him do some untethered things in recent days.
I mean, there's a clip, I'm just going to play it, and you can comment or otherwise, but it was extraordinary to me. We've had him on this show a few times, but I found this really quite extraordinary. Let's take a look.
Purim is a day of celebration. We feel bad for Candace Owens that she lost her job, so I figure with her image of what Jews are supposed to look like, why not at least validate her?
This fucktard is a so-called rabbi. Isn't that a priest at their temple or something like that? Look at the dick on his face. On his nose. Look at that.
I am dressed up as a Candace Owens Jew. Now, this is not a Christian child, it's a Jewish child. But if it would be, I got my Christian blood. Spicy, delicious.
Drinking Christian blood? He thinks that's funny?
I got my Jewish nose.
Funny?
I have filth, because Jews are all filth. And more than anything else, what does 80 have? Money!
Dude, you're a rabbi, and now you're canceled. Idiot.
I mean, what is your reaction to that clip?
I mean, the phrase in Hebrew is that's what we would call a chilul Hashem, right? It's a desecration of God's name, and that sort of behavior is disgusting in any context. And frankly, I don't know an Orthodox Jew who feels differently about that.
See, I told you you're canceled.
Not one.
I think I wish the best to the Daily Wire. I wouldn't change a single thing about what happened, how it went down. In the moment, it seemed so crazy, but I think in every action, people get to see who you are and what you're made of. And the Daily Wire got to tell their story and I got to tell mine.
So you get, I mean, you were a big deal, obviously, at the Daily Wire, a little bigger than we realized. When you left, we found out what a big deal you were. So no one wants to lose a job where they're succeeding. But in retrospect, do you feel like that was part of a larger plan?
Yeah, God's plan for sure.
That's what I mean.
And now with the things and the discussions that I'm having with my viewers, there's no way I could have been at the Daily Wire. It just wouldn't have worked. You know, it worked for a little bit and then it suddenly was not working. And now it definitively, we would not be a good match. And at the end of the day, I just don't view myself as in competition with the Daily Wire. Like I am interested in totally different things.
Well, you're a lot bigger than the Daily Wire. Just on the numbers, you're much bigger than the Daily Wire.
And I think that's in part because removing the Daily Wire as the conduit to my ideas was a good thing. Like I don't have to have a bunch of people as it is at any corporation. Like, can you talk about that topic? Is it okay? What do the lawyers think?
Right, that's right.
I got to remove all of that and I get to go right to my audience. So I'm grateful.
Let's go back to the anti-SLAPP lawsuit she won. This is why I think Candace is playing chess. Remember, the grading system on the anti-SLAPP thing. Remember that, you guys. Some states have no grade at all, though. No laws. And some states are graded as high as 100, meaning the best laws to protect freedoms of speech. Just so happens, Candace, went after the president of France and his wife. In 2001, Natasha Ray, an indie journalist, made a big claim that the First Lady of France is a man. Candace was following this, and here's what she stated. Look at this. After looking into this, I would stake my entire professional reputation on this fact that Brigitte Macron is in fact a man. This shit lit everything on fire and caught the attention of the world and has made life openly stressful for that dude, for that president. Does Candace believe this? Is it real? I mean, I don't know. Macron now is taking Candace to court and suing her for defamation of character or something. Like Candace has doubled down, but the original journalist, Macron sued for the same thing in France, won on appeal, you guys. So, and found not guilty of defamation. So we'll see. In this case, he's suing Candace for is happening in no other than the Delaware courts. And remember, they have a 100 on the rating of the anti-SLAPP law protections, a perfect score. So, did Candace know this when she incorporated her business in Delaware on purpose so she can make any claim she wants? Only Candace knows that answer. But I know this, Candace is fucking smart.
I'm definitely somebody that I think I thrive when I get to just truly say and express myself entirely exactly how I feel every second of every day. And I'm interested in so many different topics, and it was getting increasingly difficult to kind of explore things that I was interested in without having to worry about whether it would upset this person or that
Right.
person, or how a legal person felt about this. And at that point, you're not having fun. Then it becomes a job, right? It always was a job, but then it becomes a job, meaning that you're waking up every day and you're like, oh. And now I wake up every day and I'm thrilled and I'm researching and I'm learning with my audience. So I'm happier. I hope the Daily Wire is happier. And that's it.
That's what a master chess player looks like right there, you guys.
And today I have been sued by the first lady man of France.
And then it turns out she's right.
Yeah.
Do you ever fear that people want to harm you?
I know people want to harm me, so I don't have to fear it.
Fair.
Yeah, in case you missed it, a guy tried to kill me last year.
Sorry.
Contacted by the FBI. So there's nothing to fear. Just embrace that people are deranged and people are crazy. And of course, people want to harm me. Do I fear it? No, because I don't fear death. And I think that is the true challenge of being a Christian.
It's fucking sad, man.
Oh my God. Go, run. Counting or not counting gang violence?
I don't know how anybody can laugh at this. I really don't. Even if you didn't like him, man, you just fucking it makes no sense. Just don't have an opinion. Sorry, guys.
You guys okay? Hey, buddy, be safe. Hey, be safe. Apparently there's been a shooting. I don't know who's been shot. We are here live at Utah Valley State University. I don't know if that was shots or if that was fireworks.
But I don't want today to be about anything other than you guys knowing that Charlie really was an amazing person.
She looks like she's serious. You know, Candace has been in the spotlight, you know, for a long time, but by choice. Candace is a born entertainer. She has, you know, she's out clevered all, and she's never lost a case, you guys. She knows how to push buttons and piss off the right people. Or does she? I don't know. We'll see.
There's a lot that I would like to speak with you guys about. Can't wait to hear your feedback. A lot of lies that are being put out there, narratives that I would say are half-truths or just misrepresentations entirely. And I don't really see the reason for that. First and foremost, to let you know, last week was not a dream. Charlie Kirk, my friend, is dead. And he was publicly executed. I want to make that clear. Charlie Kirk was publicly executed before the world. And as we are all searching for answers, the ones that are being supplied to us are not making a lot of sense. And some people, I would say, are speaking too much, are speaking on behalf of other people. I don't like it.
Damn, she looks heated, doesn't she?
All right, you guys, let's actually start today's episode with a game. I mean, the feds like to play games. Let's play a game.
Before we show you the game Candace is or isn't playing, we need to pay the bills again. Sorry, guys.
Welcome to Little Caesars. We have that pizza on the low. Come inside. We have some hot and ready waiting just for you. We use fresh ingredients most of the time for all of our pizzas. Who cares if it is expired by a few days? We make that dough, flour, niacin, iron, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, folic acid, with some bugs mixed in for protein. Don't you love it? Look at this delicious pizza. So hot and fresh. Don't you just want some right now? People love our cheap pizzas. It's not the most healthy or fresh ingredients. But what do you expect for under 10 bucks? Don't forget your crazy bread. Whoa! Don't mind him. What are you waiting for? You know you want it. Come and get it now.
Pizza.
Yeah, I used to work there when I was 16, and we didn't. Yeah, I have some bad stories. Let's get back to Candace, though. I'll tell you.
She releases this, and she's got it. Make no mistake. Just like she keeps bringing the goods, and she just sets the hook with the worm on it, or puts the mousetrap out with the cheese on it, and they come out and say, "You're a liar." And she goes, "Boom, you're a liar." Boom, you're a liar. Boom, you're a liar. Boom, bam. So And she'll let him, for a week or so kind of stew and say she's a liar, and then she'll just release it. And then what she's saying is, you kill me, it doesn't matter, it's coming out.
The fuck?
And the word is he specifically thought Israel was going to kill him.
In a fast 10-year period, Candace has gone from a nobody to a household name. Love her or hate her, you have to give her props, man. But I do think her haters have motivated her so much that this happened right here.
Okay, first things first. Welcome to the #1 podcast in the world. It's here. You are here. We are all #1 in the world. It's been trending on Twitter. It's been so exciting. Look at this. I will never forget this moment. Candace Owens' podcast hits #1 worldwide. Best part, without promotion, which means we have not spent, since we started this podcast a year and a half ago, a single dollar on advertising.
That's amazing. But Candace, you spent over a decade of her life nonstop on the grind. Could it be luck or timing? Or could it be dedication and drive? I don't know. Luck or timing, dedication and drive. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't think it's luck, not at all. I don't know. We could see, I don't think.
Okay, because we couldn't do it. We were a startup. I was fired. Things were down. It was real bad. And yet we are the #1 podcast in the world. Grok summarizes it this way. I'm going to read it. Conservative commentator Candace Owens announced on Thursday that her independent podcast, Candace, has reached the top global ranking according to Podscribe data, following her 2024 departure from the Daily Wire. She credits the organic growth to criticism, legal challenges, including a defamation lawsuit from French President Emmanuel Macron and First Lady Brigitte Macron, and her small team's resilience. Owens attributes the milestone to divine intervention amid ongoing media attacks. Fact-checked. It's just true. All of it's very true. I am so excited. I would like to thank everyone but the Academy, because the Matrix hates me. I will never win any more accolades, probably never be invited to a red carpet event, but that's okay because I've never been happier. And there are so many people to thank. It is true. We must thank Brigitte and Emmanuel Macron for that ill-advised lawsuit. Obviously, I feel like that ripped a hole in reality and made things even more global than they already were. I'd like to thank Kanye West, formerly Kanye West, he is now Ye, for the song Power, because the song Power really made me recognize that you have to stop listening to your haters. You also should recognize that you need the haters to inspire you to keep going. When somebody tells you you can't be something or you must be something, you have to stand up for yourself. You have to have the courage to say, I know the crowd is doing this, but I'm not doing it. And that was me when I no longer wanted to do the pro-Israel thing. Of course, as always, I thank Ben Shapiro. I thank Jeremy Boring. I thank the direction of travel, and they realizing it before I did, that I should be fired. Thank you for firing me. And thank you for the publicity of the firing, Andrew Klavan.
That was the marketing, everyone. I mean, that was a lot of marketing right there that she got for free, guys. All that shit, Think about it. For a whole decade now. I just showed you, for almost a full hour. For a whole full hour. How she's passed everybody up. Joe Rogan included. All from just not walking a straight line. Could it be because, Candace, has, fuck you money now? I don't know. Her husband is reported to be worth, $250 million, I think. Or could it be because, Candace, always thought, fuck you.
Christ is King. Thank you so much. You are a hero in my book. Tucker Carlson, I don't know. I feel like I should thank you because a lot happened because people thought that we were plotting behind the scenes and we never were. And thank you, Tucker Carlson, for the weeks that I get off when the media is attacking you instead of me. Now it's kind of together. It's Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, but thank you. I want to thank Australia. We see you, Australia. Tony Burke, thank you for banning us from an entire country, even though I didn't do nothing. I literally didn't do nothing, but I'm banned. And guess what? You got to hear me anyways. Ha, 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 Tony Burke. I'm sincerely looking for truth, and I don't care what enemies I make along the way. And obviously, I'm making a lot of enemies right now, for some reason, looking into the Charlie Kirk assassination and the lies that we are being told.
So this is November of 2025. Candace has just announced she's #1 on Earth. But right after her friend Charlie was assassinated, she had a pre-scheduled interview on CNN to promote her, new book. It was about 20 days after Charlie was assassinated. She had a book coming out and, she scheduled to go on. By this time, Candace is all over the place. The news, all over YouTube podcasters, they're all talking about her, clipping her, all of her conspiracies or whatever she's talking about, claiming the feds aren't telling the truth or whatever, But she also just started really looking into things. She was on, she just took 2 weeks off to relax after her friend was killed in front of everybody, But right before leaving, she left some serious conspiracies out there, that Charlie's close friends, not just TPUSA, but, like the director of the FBI, Kash Patel.
Kash Patel, your thoughts and analysis since you were
crazy,
chief of staff over at the
or
Pentagon.
Dan Bongino. No, man. These guys, who's also a very successful podcaster, a national radio host that walked away from all that to get lower pay. Deputy director. Dan was a rock star in the conservative radio. I remember I would click around on, different AM while I'm driving and I'd hear that dude, but let's watch the interview that some hope will end the career of Candace. I'll give you my take after, but let's go.
Say you believe that Charlie Kirk was betrayed by someone close to him. What do you mean?
I think that in the coming weeks, there's going to be a lot of financial reports that are coming out. And I, first and foremost, do not believe that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. I want to be very clear on that. Whether he was involved, I think the answer is yes. I think that's obvious.
And your basis for saying he didn't act alone is what?
I don't know, maybe the weird Fed messages that were concocted out of thin air that had no timestamp and were written like they were speaking in 1822, among other things. Their lack of an ability to answer any basic questions about what took place.
But do you have any proof that the messages were made up? Because that would be easily proven.
Yeah, but they didn't put timestamps on them, and Discord came out and said they didn't exist.
This was supposedly text messages, not Discord messages. It's my understanding from the indictment.
I actually did not read that they were text messages.
The indictment calls them text messages.
What would it be like the feds are like on a computer, typing it out back and forth?
That's exactly what it is. The feds made up the text messages.
But you don't have anyone from the FBI telling you that, or law enforcement?
Leaks.
Okay.
No.
Has anyone leaked to you?
And Tyler Robinson
But has anyone said to you, even off the record, yeah, we faked these?
I have very strong sources everywhere on both sides.
Well,
sorry, Candace. You do not look.
Yeah, sure. Because when we keep talking about evidence, it's like, who's going to present that evidence? Like the mainstream media? Like who are you expecting to come out?
Story.
No, it wouldn't be.
It would be.
It wouldn't be.
If the FBI, if I had a source telling me, if I had proof that the FBI faked those messages, that would be an enormous story.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we live in a post-Epstein world and we know how stories get shut down.
If you guys want to see the full interview, go over to CNN.com, okay? Or just go to Google and type in Clinton News Network. Okay, guys, so here's my take on that. But first, we have to pay the bills again, okay? So, sorry.
Welcome to Denny's, y'all. It's your girl, Boob Sweat. It's about to get real up in here. Come on in if you dare. Now, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. See what I gotta come into? This place is nasty. Gosh, dang it. We got them fire plates, y'all. Oh, dang. Y'all didn't see that, okay? Y'all shouldn't be in here right now. Oh, man, this place is a mess. Guys, what the heck is going on back here? Who don't like a good old-fashioned milkshake? Man, these things are messy. What the heck, y'all? I'm about tired of these fools coming all up in here tearing everything up. I got a trick for them, though. They don't even know what's coming. These dummies want to play games? Haha, well, let's see how they like this.
We have been expecting you. You cannot escape the swarm. America's Diner.
I'm getting hungry seeing all these food commercials. So my take on Candace is that CNN interview, I don't think she was prepared, that's all. But I think she should have been prepared, but I don't think she was. And, she should have expected that was going to happen to her from that particular girl, I've seen her do other people's interviews, like, his right there.
Of course.
Do you ever see other comedians
and think they're not good? Yes.
But
we all do.
Going for this overt political
yes, all
content.
over. Yes, on the right and the left, absolutely. Yeah. But there's comedians that are doing that it's not just people that are appealing to the right or to the left. It's people that are appealing to there's the mom comedian that every joke's I'm a mom. Every joke is that I'm this or I'm that. Sometimes every joke is about, I don't know, being a twin or something. I don't know, there's always an annoying version of that where you go, oh, so everything you think about is filtered through this lens?
Okay.
That's annoying. I think across the board. Yes, are there people that we hear and we go, oh, that's annoying with the right-wing stuff? Absolutely. And with the left-wing stuff, and with the, my kids, no one, whatever it is. It's or the Italian stuff. Mm-hmm. Do you know how much is going on right now, this Italian nostalgia? It's disgusting. All my friends are Italian. We all grew up with chicken parmesan. We all know what it is. Enough already. It's crazy. I hate it. You see this on the internet. People act like a meatball's like a new thing. No one talks like that. Forget about it. No one does this and hasn't for decades. So yes, it's all horrible and bad. The culture's a mess. Of course. And everybody's just trying to grab on to whatever money they can before we all, float off into oblivion and become robots. But yes, are some of them annoyingly right-wing? I suppose.
Okay, just something else related to that. So one comedian who was kind of in that world,
yes.
Fox, etc.
Yeah.
That I tried to interview. His manager told me that he wouldn't do an interview with me because Rogan would get mad at him for talking to CNN. And
that's untrue. That's completely insane.
Okay.
That's completely insane.
Okay.
That is completely nuts. He was afraid of you.
Oh, okay.
He thought you were going to come in and really rough him up or something. There's no such thing as Rogan would be mad at someone for talking. That's crazy.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. Okay.
No.
Good. I'll let him know.
You think that's how it works? Rogan sends emails. I know you don't. That, but that's a crazy thing. Rogan's like, "What are you doing? Oh, you're doing this? No, do Gutfeld instead." No one cares. No one cares what anyone does, and the idea. I think people think life's very interesting. We see this with the QAnon people,
right?
Where they're like, there's tunnels, and you go, it's really just rich people.
Okay.
And you go, well, but they're doing all these terrible things. You go, absolutely, but they always have, and a lot of them always probably will if they can get away with it. But the levels of intrigue that people build around these things, I don't find that they're not that super interesting. You know?
I just want to be clear though. This didn't come from a commenter.
If he canceled my appearance because of this. I can't imagine any manager saying that. That's.
Oh no, the manager I spoke to directly.
No, I believe that they did. It's just such a funny and ridiculous thing.
Okay.
To me.
All right. Well, that's good to know. Do you think Rogan would talk to me?
I don't know. He's a big get.
I know.
He's a big get.
Important.
So you could try. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I had his money if I'd be doing any interview. I don't know if I'd be here. I think I would be on a boat. I probably wouldn't be doing a podcast. I'd be somewhere else. I don't know if you'd be able to find me with his level of income. I think I'd be gone.
It won't end, Candace. It won't end her. Candace has a loyal fan base. I don't think she'll stay number one long, but in the podcast world, I don't. But that won't end Candace. She has a big fan base, but I do think she will always fluctuate, from 1 to 10, but she'll always stay in that top 10, I think. Maybe, who knows? I don't know.
Obvious at this point that the woke right is one giant op. It's one giant operation to make the right at large look really, 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 really bad.
Owens just doubled down on CNN, and I spent the past 20 minutes laughing at this. This was just now, and she was being interviewed by Ellie Reeve, who's asking her about her statements regarding Candace saying that we are Zionist occupied and that the U.S. government is occupied by Zionists. which honestly, at face value, I really don't see. There's nothing hateful about that. I don't know what time this lady is still in. Apparently, she's not caught up with what happened between 2023 to 2025.
Now, before I comment on what Candace said, this is a video of Dinesh D'Souza talking about Tucker Carlson and also Candace and this replacement ideology concept. And it really goes about how easy it is for people like Candace in this case to be able to influence people who are listening to her. It's really scary.
1822, among other things.
So just to pause on this, she's saying the text messages were fake between Robinson and his alleged lover, and that would require that the Utah state authorities, the governors, the prosecutors, everyone, and as well as the local police and the FBI, headed up by friends of Charlie Kirk, so Kash Patel over there, and Dan Bongino as the deputy, all conspired to fake text messages, I guess framing this Tyler Robinson person. That's an extraordinarily unlikely sequence of events that you would have so many people in on a conspiracy, most of whom have no clear motive for doing so or participating in it, and yet nobody would leak that or anything. But clearly Candace has done extensive research about this, knows all about it. She would never make such an outlandish suggestion to her massive audience without serious proof and having done the work and fully understood just kidding.
I'm very familiar with from covering white nationalists for 10 years. It's very unsettling for me to hear things like you saying our government is occupied by science. It's very unsettling for me to hear things.
She's so over this lady. She's so over this lady. Just
like you saying our government is occupied by Zionists, Trump is occupied by Zionists, we're an occupied nation. Because like there's literally a term that's like an 80s, 90s term from white nationalism, ZOG, Zionist occupied government. It's their idea that Jews control the world. And I'm wondering, like, are you intentionally referencing those kind of themes?
Wait, just to slow us down.
So let's just keep listening to this. It gets funnier.
Are you accusing me of white nationalist rhetoric? Because I do have to have a little bit of a giggle about that first.
Well, I mean, to me, I'm also like, they'd be no fan of yours.
It's silly. But this is one of the things where I feel like it's such a lesson for CNN. This is why nobody watches it anymore. I mean, it's like you're sitting across from a black person, you're like, I've learned about white nationalism, and you're using white nationalist rhetoric.
Like, I know them, I've been to their rallies, I've read all their texts.
I get it, I know. I'm so glad you're educated. But this is when it's like, put it in a book and anybody will say it. It's like, it's just, at a certain point you have to use your eyes and go, is Candace Owens promoting white nationalist rhetoric? Okay. Immediately no. So what else could it be? Could it be that actually Zionism is what it actually represents?
Well, what does that mean? Like we're literally
Zionism
occupied?
Is a political philosophy. Okay?
Zionist occupied government.
If you look into the history, yes, I believe we are a Zionist occupied government, and we're not the only one. Okay, yes, and I take it to the bank. If you need to walk out of here and say Candace Owens is a white nationalist for you to be able to digest it, then that's fine.
Just kidding. Listen to this next part.
Among other things, their lack of an ability to answer any basic questions about what took place.
But do you have any proof that the messages were made up? Because that would be easily proven.
Yeah, but they didn't put timestamps on them, and Discord came out and said they didn't exist.
This was supposedly text messages, not Discord messages. It's my understanding from the indictment.
I actually did not read that they were text messages.
The indictment calls them text messages.
What would it be like?
I'm sorry. This is shocking. She thinks they were Discord messages. She had already done, at this point, whole hour-long shows, deep diving into this case, suggesting was framed, suggesting that the messages were fake. Had she even read the indictment? Because I did, and I went back and looked at it, and it's very clear. These are text messages, not Discord messages. Text messages, but she doesn't know that in this interview. How are you going to make these elaborate, extraordinary claims and not even do due diligence?
Well, this is what I call, so my new phrase for this, and it applies to Candace also, replacement ideology. It's not replacement theology, it's replacement ideology. Here's what I mean. Candace will float some outrageous theory. 8 days later, it's proven to be absolutely preposterous. She never apologizes or backtracks. She replaces it with another one. And keeps going in the expectation that people will never figure out that there's no end to this stupidity.
Take a listen to this and let me know what you guys think.
After listening to over 100 hours of Owens' podcast, certain terms kept catching my ear.
Trump is controlled by Zionists. I feel like we're an occupied nation. And now what's happening? Well, we have an occupied administration. There's no question. Trump is occupied by Zionists. Okay, he's completely impotent. He's completely powerless. He cannot say anything that goes against Israel or Bibi Netanyahu. He's letting them do whatever they want.
You can criticize Netanyahu without being anti-Israel, and you can criticize Israel without being anti-Semitic. But some of the themes, talking points, concepts you've used in your criticism.
First off, I just want to stop here. I want to criticize Israel and be anti-Israel. Who cares if we're anti-Israel? For why Ellie Reeve? You can criticize Israel without being anti-Israel. I want to be anti-Israel. God damn it!
And of course, the only purpose that this serves, in all practicality, is handing victory and sweeping victory at that. I would argue to the left. This is the outcome.
Bingo was his name-o.
Candace is an entertainer, not just a political podcaster, you guys. Candace is smart, and Candace has used politics to become the household name that millions and millions of people from around the world know. Right? I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Let me know. But the story of Candace is an ongoing story that I think has just started, and I do think she believes everything she says. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if here's the deal. I'm a Gen X. I was raised feral, man. I really was. I still drink water from a garden hose. I'm just here for the fucking show, man. I don't give a fuck about any of this. But it's entertaining. But I don't care about it. I mean, look.
Anybody else think it's really kind of weird that we never got a Generation X president?
Have you met us? You don't want a Gen X president. You don't want us in charge of jack shit. Can you imagine a Gen X president coming in just fucking scorched earth on everything? The younger generations would shit their pants. They would be crying in the streets. They'd form like a protest, block the street to make a point.
If independent was a generation, it would definitely be Gen X. Why? We've been on our own since we were 6 years old. At 6 years old, we had a key to the house, letting ourselves in, cooking grilled cheese sandwiches by yourself, doing your homework, in front of the TV, watching cartoons. You better not burn the house down, and you better not open that door. At 6 years old, we could ride our bikes to the other side of town with no cell phone. Parents don't know where you at. They didn't even care. All they know is you better be back in this house before the street lights come on. By 8 years old, you know how to write a check at the grocery store. By 10, every Gen Xer I know had 2 jobs.
We fucking run them over.
And the guy
what
3.
would our campaign slogan be? Like, fuck around and find out, 2028?
There's really not even that many of them in Congress or the Senate.
Like, nobody likes us. Who would vote for us? We don't even follow rules at our real jobs. We still eat cereal for dinner like 3 times a week. You don't want us in charge of the country because we don't give a fuck.
Like the generation that gave us Rage Against the Machine.
Do you remember like any like the lyrics to Rage Against the Machine that we brought you? Like,
fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Mine was delivering paper and cutting yards. Yeah, I know Google tell us stuff. We had to read.
Huh?
The people had money, had Encyclopedia Britannica. Either way, we had to read. I know punching in no address and it tell you how to get there. Had to learn how to read a map. We the generation of taking shit apart and putting it back together. I was driving to the store at 9.
How did you guys do it? How did you stay out of the generational hate war?
Oh, I think there's a better question to be asked here. Would you really want us to get involved? Because Gen X truly is the last of the FAFO generation. And before you ask us to FA, ask yourself, do you really want to FO? This generational hate war, we're not involved because we don't care. Do you really want us to care? Yeah, we didn't get participation trophies, so before we get on, understand there's going to be a clear-cut winner and loser. It will be a hands-on activity. Gen X is the last of the feral and wild and free children. It's like Lord of the Flies. We were all raised by each other. Think of it kind of like the Jungle Book. We're all just Mowgli. And before either parties think that they could hang with Gen X and drink the Kool-Aid, I need to remind you, our Kool-Aid was made with hose water. Our parents weren't out here gentle parenting anything. They did not raise us to be their friend. Truthfully, they didn't really raise us at all. We came home when the street lights came on. For Gen X kids, home is not where the heart is. Home is where they wanted you out by the time you were 18. You better have a job. And the reason why Gen X is so quiet now is because we've seen the system fail multiple times. Right wing, left wing, it's the same bird. Oh, the government's failing its people. Yes. And if you were waiting for it to fix itself, then you're only failing yourself. We didn't go home and tell our parents about the adventures. We understood that snitches got stitches. We kept our mouths shut. So don't involve us in a situation that you don't want us to get involved in. Stayed out of it because we didn't care. If you give us a reason to care, you might have wished that we would have stayed out of it.
He's right. So with all that said, here's how you get along with people like me and most of the people I know.
One thing about us Gen X, if you talking to us, you better get to the point. We ain't got time for your 10-minute TED talk about how you feel before you ask the question. In our honesty, we don't care what happened to you at band camp in 1997. This ain't Netflix. You don't get 3 episodes to get to the plot. We don't do context. We do bullet points and curse words. All that old so I was thinking. You better think faster, because you got about 15 seconds before we mentally check out on your ass and start thinking about where the we put our glasses. We come from the era of what time, where, who all gonna be there. Gen X ain't trying to decode nothing. This ain't no goddamn escape room. We got bills and shit. Speak plain or get tuned the out. That's your only 2 options. Talking about I don't know how to approach this. Approach it with urgency. We come from an era where if you call somebody's house phone and they dead answer, you had to be concise, confident, and ready for that click. Because if you start babbling and talking in circles, you getting a dial tone.
Who let Gen X off the hook? Why are we talking shit about those guys?
Hello, 51-year-old Gen X here. Thank you for your questions and acknowledging the fact that we actually exist. To answer your initial question, if you saw a bear walking around the streets or in the woods minding its own business, would you keep on walking or would you approach it to f around and find out? Most people don't talk shit about us because they forgot that we even exist. I mean, we are called the forgotten generation for a reason. Our numbers are much smaller than the boomers and millennials, so we're the middle child stuck in between both of them. Sarcasm is also one of our love languages, so even if someone were to talk shit about us, chances are we didn't give enough of a f to take it seriously.
They were teenagers in the 80s.
False statement. We were forced to become teenagers and adults between the ages of 7 and 9. We were latchkey kids. We were left at home all the time by our parents to fend for ourselves or our siblings once we got old enough to form complete sentences. And if we weren't home alone by ourselves, we were either out in the streets or the woods, drinking out of warm garden hoses, water sliding in our front yards, or going up the street to our local tetanus shot waiting to happen type playground, whether it's spinning around the merry-go-round of doom or going down a hot metal slide during the summer, or simply just hang out with our friends in the streets, sometimes on our BMX bikes, our big wheels, or the bicycles with the tassels on the handlebars with the basket in front where sometimes we'd place our younger siblings in. Just imagine constantly being in survival mode and being told by your parents to either walk it off or rub some dirt in it whenever you got hurt. We were able to do all of that and still make it home before the streetlights turned on.
Where are those motherfuckers now?
Based on the overwhelming response that your video received, I think it's safe to say that we've always been here, just sitting here drinking our coffee and watching the shit show. So yeah, you can go ahead and try to talk shit about Gen X, but chances are we're just gonna look at you and say, I don't even give a whatever.
Man, who gives a fuck? Doesn't matter.
Welcome to Crumble Cookies. Is your sugar craving calling? I can fix that. Come inside. People love to come in and make videos of themselves buying and trying out our cookies. It's almost like they are hypnotized. We use tons of sugar and preservatives to make our cookies irresistible. Just imagine what this does to your kids. Seed oils, high fructose corn syrup, artificial dyes. We add all of this into our cookies just for you. So fun! Look at these delicious cookies, filled with 3 times the daily amount of sugar, lots of preservatives, and loads of other bad stuff. They will have you hooked instantly. All right, ladies, bring it in. Let's make one for TikTok. What's the flavor of the day?
Diabetes! Yes!
All it takes is 1 bite. You'll be a customer for life.
Every last crumb.
I want to thank you guys for coming. It means a lot. It really does. If you haven't subscribed, please do, or hit the notification. And it means a lot. I'm out of here. Peace. You guys have a good one. Thank you for coming. I'm out.
Reality is catching up with me. Chasing my inner child, fighting for custody.
Right? Look, we got, almost 7 million white people, 4.1 million black people, 3.7, Hispanic. Look at Asians. I mean, you can see, the natives. You see all the other nationalities right here. I mean, that was back in 2013. Here's current stats nowadays, where we're at. the stats are going to look a little different. These aren't solid, with the numbers like you see right here. But look at this. Look at the breakdown. For example, look at the top.
Take